Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Dio, and this is Kingdom Death Monster with Sunflower Field. So, I went ahead and got the images set up. I also added a few of the other images. So we got Yuka Shikieki down here with Renezuki, who's been probably in a lot of pain right now. Kind of that intracranial hemorrhage is not going to go away anytime soon. We got Lily Black and Aya as our new bloods. Something that's a little weird about this little tool here, by the way, is if you use certain names, it'll actually auto-create a token for some reason. So if you went with Aya, you would get this token. Anyway, since I named these survivors, they have 1 survival point. And other than that, the only thing they're going to be starting out with is 1 armor in the waist. As for what gear everyone has, we have Onzan with Cloth and Founding Stone. He's going to be the least geared out of everybody. Lily Black has Cloth, Founding Stone, and Bone Darts. Aya has Cloth and Bone Darts, and Komachi has Cloth, Rawhide Headband, Rawhide Vest, and Bone Axe. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and depart. Now, we're going to get 1 departing survival from Ammonia, and we're going to get 1 departing survival because of the Graves event that we did. So we're going to go ahead and max out at 2 survival and get our 1 point of understanding for each of these departing survivors. All of them have access to Encourage. There are some situations where you can't use Encourage if you ever lose your character loses their voice or something like that, or broken jaw or something along those lines. That can limit you. Anyway, next we would set up the hunt board. The way the hunt track works is it's a bunch of little slots, and you would fill it based off the monster's setup. So let's go ahead and bring up the monster stuff real quick. Story events. Showdown, the White Lion. So here's your image. So this is what we fought earlier. Essentially, it's a big lion that has human-like hands. It's probably the least freaky of the bunch. There's also a little bit of intro dialogue. There was a beast that wanted to feel how soft its fur was. Since it could not reach its own back, it killed many other creatures and spent time rubbing its paws over them. They say that when the monster finally killed a human, it fell in love with their soft hair, and its paws grew into a pair of fine human hands. And then it has a bunch of stuff here. This stuff is out of date. I think 1.5 might be pretty close to similar. They've actually improved some of the level 2 and level 3 rewards, but it is what it is. Anyway, anything else of note? So up here on the hunt track, everything that has a little E on it, you put a white lion event there, and any of the blank spots, you would just put one of these generic D100 events, which are from the book itself. And then the 1, 2, and 3 represent what level lion spawns where. So in this case, the first one appears on the left side of this little thing here. This middle part is the what's it called? Overwhelming Darkness, which is a story event. It's generally pretty nasty to run into, so you generally don't want to go across it. There is some benefits of crossing it, obviously for fighting higher level monsters, as well as some extra rewards in some cases. But it's a dangerous thing to go through. And level 2 is across, and then 3 is at the edge of the table. If you reach the edge of the table, you would reach starvation. Even if the monster was at the very edge of the table of this hunt track, if you fought it here, it means that you took too long hunting this creature down. And so you'll end up losing resources from your settlement storage. Now the key word here is from the settlement storage. It's not going to be taken away from your rewards. Right now we only have 1 resource in our settlement storage, which is just that broken lantern from the previous battle. I think there used to be a rule where it can, if it leaves the board, you'll automatically fail. But I'm not sure if that's still implemented or not, because there were some issues with that, to say the least. Anyway. So I already have it pre-set up for White Lion, and I just kind of keep track of these slots. The way this works is the entire hunt group would kind of go one at a time. Well, they'll go to each slot, and then they'll resolve every card that's on that slot. Right now, there's only one card per slot, but later on there might be more than one. The way this works is very much kind of like the monster controller. You're going to have event revealers, and each time a card is revealed, a player will read it and resolve it, and then it'll go to the next player. So the way I keep track of that is just by going based off this. So I'm going to have, it's going to go Komachi, Aya, then Lily Black, and then Unzon. Is that how I want it? Actually, it'll be this way, because Unzon's technically the monster controller right now, so I'll go ahead and have it start with him. Alright, and then the way I keep track is I just move it one person at a time. So, first one is going to be a White Lion hunt event. In the case of White Lions, it's actually generally a bit safer. Also, I reloaded the save. I restarted this particular save module I have and just remade the innovation deck. So everything's fixed now. Alright, so all we gotta do now is generally what I would have, if this was a physical board, I would just face down deal out the cards to the respective slots. But for this, I'm just gonna draw. So, we'll go ahead and draw our first hunt event. White Lion Cub. The survivors find a White Lion Cub. They may choose to slay the cub. If they do, each survivor gains one random basic resource. The event revealer rolls on the table below. And then roll low, you'll get the mother lion, and it'll be enraged right off the bat. And then there's the father lion, which would just be a regular immediate showdown. And then 8 through 10 is nothing happens. If we spare the cub, we would have to roll a 1d100 event. This is one of the best hunt events to get because it gets you 4 resources. So we are going to kill the cub. We need the resources. So first we get to resolve that. It's going to be random basic resources. So we're going to go ahead and go to our resources here. Now everything's been put back into the deck after we logged them. So that includes the Broken Lantern. And we're going to go based off the order that we have set up for the revealers. So each of these characters will be carrying one of these. So Unzon's going to have the Broken Lantern. Komachi is going to have a Monster Hide. Aya is going to have a Monster Bone suitable for crafting. And then Lily Black will have another Monster Hide. So really helpful. Now the Event Revealer, which is Unzon, will have to roll next. So let's go ahead and handle that now. 1d10. 10. So 10 is nothing happens. So we get the resources and that's it. At this point we will remove the card and it'll just be a blank slot. If there's ever a situation where you get moved back down the track and you have to go across blank slots, you would still do a random 1d100 event. Anyway, next is going to be Komachi, and we get to the next slot. The next event reveal is Komachi. She's going to reveal the next White Lion event. Lion Sculpture. A crudely arranged effigy stands before the survivors, decorated with small metal trinkets, human fingers, and stuffed with dry, tall grass. Their gory sculpture confounds the survivors. The survivors gaze at the arrangement, attempting to glean the substance of the White Lion's bizarre and inhuman intelligence. Each survivor gains +1 understanding, +1 insanity. Really good result. So +1 insanity, +1 understanding. If we get one more point of understanding, we'll trigger an event. Now, if you get to 3 or higher insanity, you will be classified as insane, but right now no one's that high. And insanity will protect us from things like brain traumas, which are always useful to resist. Alright, and then we have to do a D100 event. The D100 events have all been changed, so I will have to just read them out loud because I don't have any pictures of a 1.5 PDF yet. 88. So rolling back to grab my book, and we're gonna go ahead and take care of this the hunt events. I'm usually very scared of these D100 events because they could be really mean. Alright, so we have the sword and the statue. So right now the event revealer is Komachi. A one-eyed statue, twice as tall as any man, sits before a great anvil with a hammer in each of its 6 hands. Transfixed, the survivors watch the statue beat a red-hot sword that lies across the anvil. Each survivor, starting with the event revealer, proceeding clockwise, may make one attempt to grab the sword from the anvil. If they do, they gain +1 courage, and then they roll 1d10 and add their hunt experience to the roll. So, I'll tell you what the results could be. So right now, Komachi and Unzan would roll 1d10 +1. And the rest will be just rolling a roll of 1d10. 1 through 2, you would die. There's more to it, but I'm just going to summarize at this point. If we get 1 and 2, it's dead. 3 to 8 is dismembered arm. And then 9 through 13 is nothing happens. You essentially fail to grab the sword, but nothing bad happens. So essentially, you need a 14 plus to actually get anything. You would get a rare gear card that you would otherwise cannot get. I'm not as much as I would love to get that +1 courage. It's not worth the injuries, so I'm just going to pass for every character. It's a little uninteresting, I admit, but there's just no way we're going to get that sword, and there's no way we would only have a 20% chance to get out of that with no injury, or 30% in the case of people that have 1 experience. Anyway, that's resolved. So next is another D100 event. Let's see if there's still the... Is the hunt events in here? Oh no, that's right. I had a PDF originally, but the PDF is out of date. Alright. Not a big deal. So next is another D100 event. 95. I don't know why I closed my book. 95. Grim and frostbitten. There's a dead stillness in the air. The atmosphere becomes thick with worry, and the survivors carry on nervously. A bitter, evil cold sets in, and there is no shelter. The survivors huddle together for warmth, shivering loudly. Unless the survivor has armor gear at each hit location, they lose quarry monster level in survival. The quarry monster level is 1 right now, so everyone's going to lose 1 survival. Which sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Could have been a lot worse. Alright, and then if you get to the square that has the monster can move on the track depending on what sort of events you get. You immediately start the showdown. So, as for the showdown, once again, we got to go through the information here. So, the showdown setup, it's very similar to that from before, but now we have terrain. We get 1 tall grass terrain card, and then 2 random terrain cards set up normally. As always, the white line will be set up in the center. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And then I'll grab all the characters here. Okay. So first things first, we need to go grab our terrain card. It's Innovations Terrain. Search. We get 1 tall grass. So I'll grab that. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And then we get 2 random ones. Survivor Corpse and Orvain. Alright. I like how there's just little scripts things on this. Anyway, so the tall grass. So the way these work is they have a description. And then at the bottom it has requirements as far as how placement is concerned. So for the tall grass, we get 2 tall grass tiles that we get to place on the map. They have to be at least 4 spaces away from each other, or away from any other tall grass. Anyone that's in a tall grass space gets +2 evasion, which means essentially an additional 20% miss chance of avoiding of the monster. You can also spend an action to hide in the grass. Essentially, you can, if you have priority target, you remove it. If you're and you become not a threat until you either attack or move out of a space occupied by tall grass. So essentially, you hide. And then there's the Survivor Corpse. This one has to be 6 spaces away from all other terrain. If a survivor moves through the space occupied by this terrain, they suffer brain damage equal to the monster level. So in this case, 1. And you can spend an action to scavenge. Scavenging will get you either +1 insanity, and then you archive it, +2 insanity and a random basic resource, or +3 insanity and a skull, and then you archive it. So it's a place, so you can actually kind of gather resources from these various terrain things, depending on what it is. And then the last one is the ore vein. This one, it has to be set up 6 spaces away from all of the terrain, and it has the default. You can spend an action to roll 1d10. If the character doing this is carrying a pickaxe, you can roll 2d10, and essentially either find nothing, and then archive it, or you find you can find 1 iron or 2 iron. We can't find 2 iron because that requires a pickaxe, but iron is essentially a very special resource. It's classified as a strange resource, and it's used for some pretty top tier stuff. In the early game, you're probably not going to use it for very much. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get this started. I do have the tiles set up. So here are 2 grass tiles, and then 1 survivor corpse, and 1 ore vein. Alright, so the way I want to do this, Unzon is carrying a founding stone. He doesn't have much going on here, so I want him to be set up 6 spaces away. And we'll put this back here. And then one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we can do this. It's 6. Yeah, as long as it's 6 away from all of the terrain, it should be fine. So put that there. All right. Then we need to get set up here. Something like this, maybe. Nope, that's not. That's too far. So what I usually do is I do a setup kind of like this. That should be 6, 6, and 6. Yeah. Kind of have this sort of set up. Alright. And then that takes care of all of that. So terrain setup. Next, I'll move these down for now. We need to set up the actual card itself. So White Lion, it's going to have it's 6 movement, 8 toughness now. It's also going to have more AI cards. It's going to have 7 basic and 3 advanced. Seven basic, 3 advanced. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 cards there. And then 3 advanced. 1, 2, 3. There you go. 10 AI cards instead of 8 this time. And none of it's hard-coded, so I don't know what's on top anymore. Alright, and then we'll grab ourselves the hit location deck. As also not hard-coded, so we don't know what's on top right now. It could very well be the trap card. I've had that happen before. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and just move this down, just to keep it there. Alright, and unless it says otherwise, so it usually says on the actual showdown board itself, actually it's just by default. The monster always goes first. So we got that set up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure the setup is what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay, the setup is correct. Okay. And that's about it. So we'll go ahead and dive right into this. We'll draw the first. The first monster controller is Komachi. Or sorry, no, it's Unzon. First AI card, Alert. It's a mood. When a survivor moves into a space within the zone of death, stop their movement. They gain the priority target token, discard alert, and perform basic action. When the monster is knocked down, discard alert. So this is a mood card. Mood cards stay active until they are discarded, and they can be pretty nasty. So this one is in response to moving within essentially its square radius there. So anyone that's in 4 spaces, including diagonals, can be priority targeted and then attacked by basic action. Essentially, the priority target just ensures that the basic action will go towards them. Also, it will discard the alert if you trigger it. So, now the interesting thing about mood cards is it technically is out of the AI deck, so it technically reduces its health by 1, as long as it's active. Alright, so it hits our turn. That was it. So as long as I don't move into a space within the zone of death. Right now, everyone else I think is in the zone of death. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these 3 are all in the zone of death, so they can't. If they move, they'll trigger. Unzon is actually outside the zone of death. Yeah, he is outside. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Unzon first. As long as he doesn't move to try to grab that ore, he should be fine. So he's going to go onto the Survivor Corpse. He's going to take 1 point of sanity damage, or mental damage, or brain damage, or whatever it's called. So he's going to go down to 1 sanity, and then he's going to go ahead and search the Survivor Corpse. So roll 1d10, 7. So 7 was plus 3 insanity and a skull basic resource, archive the terrain. So that's going to bring him to insane. He now has 4 insanity. This is going to get archived. Oops, sorry, I scrolled too far. There we go. Alright, and then I get to go through the resource deck, search it, and grab a skull. When you gain this, a survivor of your choice gains plus 1 insanity. I'm going to pick Komachi to get the insanity. Alright. So what's nice is it takes this out of the deck as well, and it's just more resources. So now we have 5 resources, and we haven't even killed the monster yet. And hopefully we will succeed. And that takes care of his action. It now goes to anyone else at this point. The range... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so right now, the darts are within range. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and throw some darts. And do what we can. So bone darts are 1 speed, 7 accuracy, and 3 strength. So just 1d10. I'll start with Aya first. Missed. And then Lily Black. Missed. Alright. And I think I might just wait and see what it does next. Oh, actually, I can do one other thing. With Komachi, she does have the Rawhide Headband, and it's connected, so she can spend an action to look at the top 2 AI cards and go from there. So, let me go to scan array real quick. So here it is. Yeah. Reveal the top 2 AI cards, place them back in any order. So she's going to spend her action doing that. So we look at the top 2. Vicious Claw. Random survivor in range. No target sniff. And then there's move and attack target. And if it hits, it will... if it does any damage at all, it will do 1 bleed. Now, the also thing to note on the bottom, if it has lost its hand... instead of doing anything, it will just stare at its hand, and anyone that's adjacent will get plus 1 understanding. But it's only once per lifetime. It used to be not once per lifetime. It used to be you can just get it as many times as you want, and you can get it. You can actually get this thing stuck in an infinite loop and max out your understanding. It was kind of funny, but they patched that out. The other card is the Mood. Ground fighting. The monster flops onto its sides, waiting for attackers to draw near. While ground fighting is in play, do not draw. When a survivor spends an action in the zone of death before resolving the action, perform basic action with +2 speed and +1 damage targeting the survivor. So this is why I get the darts, because this card is brutal. The only time it will discard this card is if you wound it, and if you have nothing but melee attacks, basic action does 2 attacks already and it's 1 damage. This would make it 4 attacks at 2 damage each, and it would just wreck you. But I'm going to put this on top because I do want him to draw it. Alright, it's now monster turn. Monster controller goes to Komachi. So we'll resolve that real quick. What's neat about ground fighting, though, is it literally will... if he draws that as like its first card, you can literally just move around and get yourself set up however you want, which is kind of helpful. Alright, so... monster controller, ground fighting, it's going to activate its mood, so he has 2 moods active now. Alright, so from now until this ground fighting goes away, there's no need, there's no AI cards to draw. So, it now hits our turn. I'm going to go ahead and look at the top 2 cards first. So one's Vicious Claw, which we already know about. The other one's Battle Round. This one is, it's actually a really low accuracy. It's 5 accuracy compared to the usual 2. Speed 2 does 1 damage. And if it does any damage, it does brain damage equal to the monster level. So it would do 1 brain damage on top of everything. So I'm going to put Vicious Claw on top. That way the first wound we do will get rid of Vicious Claw. Alright, that was Komachi. She's going to stay in place. Unzon will move up a little bit closer, but he's not going to get into the alert zone yet. I think there's one thing I want to check about terrain. Give me a moment. Alright, I just confirmed. You don't actually have to stand on top of a terrain tile. You can be adjacent, which makes sense because there are some that are impassable and you can still work them. I'm adjacent to the ore vein, so Unzon's going to go ahead and just roll 1d10. 2. I think that's definitely a fail. And archive. So nothing found. So that's been resolved. Now is his move and his action, so he's good there. That leaves Lily Black and Aya again. I'll start with Aya first. She's going to throw a dart. Hits. First card. Beast Elbow. If it fails, it's going to run. Alright. 1d10 plus 3, because darts are 3 strength. 11 is... its toughness is 8 now, so it's harder to wound compared to the previous one. But we did wound it. So, top card. Goes away. And then we did cause a wound, so we discard ground fighting. Oh, sorry. It's discarded, so it goes there. Alright. Actually, how we'll do this is we'll put that down there. Put that there. Put discard here. There you go. So at least it's separated. Alright, so ground fighting's off, so it's going to actually draw a card next round. That was it for that. It's wounded. Discarded. Alright, that was Aya. Next we'll do Lily Black. Misses. Any natural ones always miss, no matter what. Alright, takes care of that. And now it goes to Monster. Next Monster Controller will be Aya. Next card is going to be Battle Round, which we already know about. So, closest threat facing in range. So it's facing to the right now, because I wanted it to not go after Unzon. All 3 of them are in the same distance. I'll have it... I can't move, is the danger right now. I'm going to have it go after Komachi. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and it's going to make 2 attacks. Because it's speed 2. It's accuracy 5. She's in tall grass, which will give her +2 evasion, so that makes it accuracy 7. And she has the rawhide connections for the chest, which is another +1 evasion. So this is going to be 3 evasion on top of the 5, so it now only hits on 8+. So roll 2d10. Double 10s. I knew that was going to happen. Alright, and then 2d6. Both in the body. Go figure. I'll take one of the body, and I'll dodge the other. And then she's going to take 1 brain damage, and that's it. Alright, not the best result. Now it hits our turn. Goes to... I don't want Komachi to move, so Komachi is going to go ahead and spend an action to look at the top 2 cards. Grasp and size up. Grasp is a bad one. And then there's size up. Alright, we'll see if we can get the wound off. Actually, it's a tough call. I should have done the wounds first, and then attempted to do the wounds first, then check the top card. But if she gets knocked down, I guess that wouldn't matter. All right. So 1d10. I'm going to start with Lily Black first. Perfect hit. Trap card. So immediately resolve this. Shuffle. It's going to turn and go this way, that way, and then turn. And it's going to attack twice. Okay. It hits on 4s because of the tall grass. Both hits hit. Or both attacks hit, sorry. And they're both in the body. A lot of chaining hits here. So Lily Black will dodge one with her 1 survival point and take the other. Yeah, all body hits so far. Alright, that resolves that. It's now Aya. Not much we can do about it. I'm going to go ahead and have Aya attack, even though it's risky because she's in melee. Misses. Unzon will go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. Oh, sorry. Can't go that far. Can go... Yeah, can go there. And he'll just wait for now, and go ahead and knock this out. So top card is Grasp. Yeah, I should have just taken the knockdown instead, because this is going to hurt a lot more. Alright, 1 attack, because it's only 1 speed. Hits. It's going to hit no matter what, because she can't dodge. To the head, so it's going to knock her down anyway. And then she's going to get dragged away. I'll go ahead and do the hit location now. To the body. Like I said, it was a good thing she dodged. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And place her there, and she's going to be knocked down. Alright. Alert is still active. This gets discarded. I already know what the next card is, so that's not a big deal. And I'm going to... What's the range right now? Alright. We'll go ahead and get started. Also, the monster controller was Lily Black, so she should have been getting 1 insanity. Alright. Aya is going to go ahead and attack with her darts. Misses just barely. Fortunately, they're not very accurate. Unzon was going to go ahead and move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know the next card is Size Up. So we got that going for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then, oh, actually, I'll look at the top 2 cards since I have it. Combo Claw and Size Up. Alright. We'll do Size Up. Actually, That's risky. So I could check it first and then move. And I could set up something like this. And I'll put everything in equal. Yeah. So I'll do something like that. So I check the top cards, and then I'm going to put Combo Claw on top, because it only goes after threats. And then it's going to go Unzon as monster controller. It's going to turn around. And it's going to obviously draw Combo Claw. Closest threat facing. So in facing, Lily Black is not a threat because she's knocked down. Then it goes closest threat in field of view, which is going to be a tie. He's going to target himself, so he's going to get 1 insanity. Go up like so, just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, definitely. Okay, and it's going to make 2 attacks on Unzon. Accuracy is only 4, but if it hits, Alright, if this attack deals damage more than... If it hits with both attacks and does damage, he'll draw another AI card. So, 2d10. Both hits. Arms and body. Unzon will take the wound to the arms and dodge the other. So he didn't take damage more than once here. So it's not going to combo. Now it hits our turn. Lily Black will get up. I could have encouraged her to get up as well, but I didn't want to deal with that. Komachi is actually in attack range now, so I'm going to go ahead and have her attack first. She hits on 6s. Remember, I can't move, so... At least not without triggering anything. 2d10, both missed, of course. We'll have Aya attack next. 1d10. Hits. Top card. Strange Hand. Alright. We've seen that one before. 1d10 plus 3. Failed to wound, so it's going to turn and attack. 2d10 because it's basic action. Wow. Wish I had those rolls. Alright, so it's going to do 1 wound to the waist and 1 wound to the head. And Aya is the only one that hasn't dodged yet, so she'll dodge the head shot and take the damage to the waist. Like so. Alright. 1. And 2. Actually, she'll go there. Alright, and actually she'll go right there, and I think that still puts her in range. Sorry I'm all zoomed out. I should zoom in a little bit. Apologize for that. I was zoomed out because of the train earlier. That and items. Alright, so she'll go ahead and throw her dart. Hopefully she doesn't screw it up. So 1d10 misses, alright. And then Unzon, you might as well take a swing. So 2d10, 1 hit. Not going to wound, but we'll see. Ribs, it's a safe location. But Unzon is only 1d10 plus 1 here. Just short of a wound. So far, a lot of nothing. Alright. That was Combo Claw. It's now monster turn. Cats, get off the desk. So this is kind of how some of the battles can go until you get really bulked up in decent gear, assuming you get that far. It's just like, you get just a stream of bad rolls and the monster always hits you. Alright, so we already know the next card is going to be Size Up. So, random threat in field of view. That's everyone except Komachi. So we'll roll 1d3. 1 will be Unzon, 2 will be Aya, and 3 will be Lily Black. Aya. So next I roll 1d10. It's a 1, which is not enough to actually intimidate. So the intimidation failed. So we're good to go on that front. Alright, it's our turn again. Can we do... We did like 1 wound so far. Alright, Komachi's going to attack. She's in the blind spot, so she hits on 5s now. 2 hits, one of them perfect. Okay, soft belly and the tricep. I'm going to go belly first because there's no danger there. 1d10 plus 4, 3 from the axe, and then plus 1 because she has 1 strength. Of course, it's a critical fail. Alright, and then for the tricep. Okay, I wound the tricep. Actually, I did a wound. That's our second wound so far. Alright, no crits yet, though. Alright, then it goes to Aya. I'll have Aya attack. Hits, top card. Of course it's another trap. So far, it's been the top card for quite a while. Alright, I'll go ahead and roll the 2d10. Both hits. Both to the body, which is going to be a knockdown. She doesn't have anything left to dodge with, so she just falls. Okay, takes care of that. Then it goes to Lily Black. Misses. Goes to Unzon. Misses. Goes to Monster. Another size up. Random threat in field of view. Aya is knocked down, so it's going to be Unzon and Lily Black. So we'll roll 1d2. Alright, it was Unzon. Also, the controller was Aya at this time. So we'll go ahead and roll the 1d10 for the Intimidate. Succeeded. So he'll take 1 brain damage. He's got plenty of insanity, though, and he gets knocked down. Alright, gets to our turn. Aya will get up. Alright, Komachi. 2 hits. Okay, come on. Alright. I am shuffling this. I am assuring you, I am shuffling this. If you oh my, it's still the top card. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. There we go. See, that looks shuffled. I'm going to shuffle it again. Alright. Well, it's still going to turn towards her and attack. I've hit the trap card 3 times. This is kind of ridiculous. Both hits. Both of the waist. She'll tank it. She's practically gone through almost all of her armor now. Goes to Aya. She's in the blind spot. So there's that. 1d10. Missed. Lily Black misses. And then it goes monster turn. Revenge. Last survivor to wound in range. Who wounded? Who? It was technically Komachi. Alright. Well, this is bad. It's going to hit on 3s. And I don't have a way of dodging it. And it's going to do 2 damage each. Both hits. Legs and arms. So all sorts of knockdown. It's going to drag her away, because of course it does. And then body. Oh, that will be... Oh, sorry, the wrong person. Oh, I actually checked the wrong things. I apologize. That should have been these ones. Arms, legs, body. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. And then she is knocked down. Unzon gets up. And it's our turn. And that was Lily Black. I keep forgetting to move this. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that... Am I in range? Nope. I am just short. Okay. Good luck. I am just in range and still in the grass. So, 1d10. Hits. Top card. Ribs. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. 1d10 plus 3. Not a wound. Anyway, I'm just scrolling up real quick to check. Yeah, it was Komachi that did the last wound. Alright. This is getting just bad. It's going to be shuffling the deck next. So I put the cards on the wrong side. It should have been over here. Alright. Well, Unzon. 1, 2. We'll just do that. Alright. I'm not going to throw at the stone just yet, but I'm getting pretty tempted to do it. Alright. Monster Controller goes to Unzon. Top card, size up, random threat in field of view. Anyone but Komachi. So 1 is Unzon, 2 is Aya, 3 is Lily Black. Alright, Unzon. He's going to get 1 insanity because he's targeting himself. And it didn't succeed anyway, so he gets a sanity back. And that's it for that. And then it goes... yeah, Komachi gets up. And now it's our turn. Good luck, Komachi. Try to do something with the weapons I gave you. 2 hits. 1, 2. Alright, Soft Belly and the Maw. I'm going to go with Soft Belly first, and we'll deal with the rest later. 1d10 plus 4. Critical hit. Thank you. Soft Belly. So, critting, we have Savage on the axe, so it's 2 wounds. 1 and 2. And then gained 1 random White Lion resource. So we'll shuffle this and draw. We got a Lion Claw. And then we get Persistent Injury Organ Trail. The lion's intestines hang from the wound on its gut, dragging on the floor. At the start of every monster turn, before it draws an AI card, roll 1d10. On a result of 1, the monster suffers 1 wound. So 10% chance to do a damage to it. Usually it doesn't happen, but it's possible. And then we got the Maw still, so let's go ahead and roll that. 1d10 plus 4. That is a wound. And since I didn't fail, it doesn't roar. Okay. Next is Aya. I'm going to go ahead and attack with her. Throw a dart. Miss. And then I'll have Lily Black move up 1. Should put her in range. It does. She'll throw her dart. Miss. Okay. Goes to monster turn. First, we need to roll 1d10. Okay. It doesn't lose any health. And it gets Battle Round. Closest threat facing in range. So, closest threat is Unzon. 2, 3, 4. I did that kind of on purpose. So it's going to be 2d10. Both attacks hit. Yep, both attacks hit. Alright. 2d6. Body and head. Unzon is going to take a hit to the head and a hit to the body. It's going to knock him down. Alright, and he's also going to take 1 damage, 1 brain damage because of the Battle Round effect. Okay. Takes care of that. Goes to our turn. So, also the controller was Komachi. Like I said, I keep forgetting to move this. I apologize. It's part of the reason why I was probably zoomed out. Anyway, first it's going to be... I'm going to have Lily Black throw a dart. Actually, sorry, I'm going to have Aya throw a dart. Alright, it's a hit. Top card. Strange Hand again. (1d10 plus 3). Critical hit. We sever the hand. So, we'll go ahead and do another wound. Bad news is she doesn't have the survival point to get the +1 permanent strength. But it did succeed, and we did get the wound off. Alright, next I'm going to have Komachi look at the top 2 cards. Oh, actually, there's only 1 card. I'll take a look. Yeah, I'll take a look at the top card. Might as well. It's going to be ground fighting. Okay. I'm completely fine with letting it draw that then. It also means, unfortunately, it also means that the strange hand, lost hand effect is not going to apply because we've already taken it out of the deck. That happens. All right. In that case, size up, bat around. You know what? I'll have. I will attempt to hit it with Lily Black. So 1 dart misses. Okay. Now I don't feel bad. All right. Monster Controller goes to Aya. We already know what the next card is. It's ground fighting again, so it's active. All right. Unzon gets up. He's not going to do anything because if he moves, he gets attacked. If he attacks, he gets attacked. Same thing for Lily Black. She's actually in the zone of death. So it's all going to be Aya right now. So Aya, go ahead and make your attack. It's a miss. And the rest of the characters will pass. Yep. The rest of the characters will pass. We'll cycle the Monster Controller. Aya will attack again. Misses. You probably get the idea. Since they can't draw any cards, so might as well just do the safe action over and over again. There's no time limit here. Alright, perfect hit. And that was on this turn. Alright, draw a card. Straining Neck. There's a chance you can instantly kill. Oh, actually. I forgot to roll. We'll move this back 1. So I should have, when it was drawing the ground fighting, it should have checked for intestines first. So I forgot about that. It would have been at 2, and then it would have been on this turn on Komachi, with Komachi, after Komachi's turn of being a controller, that I got the perfect hit. Alright, another thing I wanted to make sure of. Yeah, it's only on the start of the monster's turn. Okay, so Straining Neck, if we crit this, we can instant kill it, possibly, otherwise it'll be a knockdown. Alright, so 1d10 plus 3. It's a wound, so not a kill. So this is, what's going to happen is this gets shuffled, that card's going to get discarded, ground fighting will be discarded. So it's back to there. I don't know what the top card is yet, so let's go ahead and I'll use Komachi's ability to see what the top card is. It's Size Up. Alright, we're pretty safe at this point. That was a really rough start at the beginning. But thankfully we didn't suffer any serious injuries yet. We took a lot of damage though. Alright, since I know it's Size Up, I'm going to go ahead and let the monster go. So it's going to go Aya. Draws a card. Size Up. I'll roll 1d4. 1 is Komachi, 2 is Anzan, 3 is Aya, 4 is Lily Black. It's going to go after Aya. And then, alright, it will succeed on the Intimidate. Aya will take 1 brain damage and get knocked over. So it's going to delay her for a turn. Alright. And then that gets discarded. And then it's... Oh, once again, I forgot to roll. So the 1d10 there was for the intestines, because I forgot about it again. And then the Intimidate actually fails. So just to reiterate, I keep forgetting to do the intestines organ trail effect. So it didn't take any wounds because it rolled a 10 for that, and then it rolled a 1 for the Intimidate. So that's all that just happened. Anyway, so that means she's still standing. This still does get discarded, and she's going to go ahead and make her attack. So 1d10, perfect hit again. Beast Brow, if we wound, it will brain damage and attack me back. So this is probably one of the times I don't want to wound, but it's going to happen now. I did wound, so it's going to be one of these 2 cards. Okay. And then it's going to attack me back. It's going to do 1 brain damage as well, but I'll deal with that in a second. 2d10. Both hits. 2d6. Legs and chest. Alright, so she is going to take a serious injury. Took care of the insanity damage. I roll 1d10. Perfect 10. Thank you. Alright, for this one it is... the blow sends you sprawling and you are knocked down. Yeah, pretty much that's the best result you can get on a severe injury in most cases. So she is knocked over. Alright. So that takes care of that. Also, since there's no more ground fighting, I can actually attack again. So I'll attack with Lily Black here. Actually, Komachi will look at the top card. Size up. Okay. So that's pretty safe. I'm going to go ahead and roll the 1d10 for Lily Black. Misses. I'll roll 2d10 for Onzon. Both hit. This is probably not safe in the slightest. Alright, ear and heal. Alright, I'll go for the heal first because it has no reaction. 1d10 plus 1. Failed. And then for the ear is a wound. So the white line will jump back if it failed. But it didn't. So it goes there. Alright. It's going to go monster turn. It's going to do basic action because it only has... Oh, actually, first I have to roll 1d10. Okay, doesn't die. Basic action, closest survivor in field of view. So I get to pick. And the monster controller is right now Lily Black. I'm going to have it go after Onzon. Because that is safest. Well, nothing's safe, but it's what we got. Body, legs, it's going to knock him down. Could have been a lot worse. Alright, goes to Aya. Gets up. And it goes to our attacks. So, no cards left. And if I don't get, as long as I don't do a knockdown, it's not going to get the alert back. So the next wound will be a kill. I'll do Lily Black first. So 1d10 hits on 6s because she's in the blind spot. Hit. Fuzzy Growing. 1d10 plus 3. Hit. That's a wound. That's a kill. Because there's no AI cards left, even though there's a mood active. Whew, that was rougher than expected. So the reward is the same. It's going to be 3 monster white lion resources and then 3 regular resources because it's essentially just a level 1 white lion. So we'll go ahead and draw those now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 cat bones again and a white fur, which is a hide, luxurious and soft to the touch. And then we'll get 4 basic resources. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we got a monster organ, which we already know about. We also have monster bone, monster hide, and then we have the question mark, which is an organ, bone, hide, and consumable. You have no idea what monster bit this is. It can be used as a bone, organ, or hide. So it's essentially a wild card. Really helpful. But the most important thing is, usually on this hunt, you'll probably only get about 8 resources because you'll get the 4 white line and the 4 basic. We're leaving this with 5 white line resources and 9 basic resources for a total of 14 resources. So this was a really, really good run. So definitely could have been a lot worse. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. When we come back, we'll deal with the settlement phase, which will give us our first settlement event, which may or may not murder us. And yeah, that was again, very rough start in the beginning. We just could not hit at all. And it had some pretty nasty attacks. Sorry if I may have made some mistakes on keeping track of stuff here. I apologize. I I try to catch it as quickly as I can, but if I make a mistake, I'm probably going to power through. It is hard to run this game just by yourself. But yeah, you can see Komachi got some love here. Didn't someone get a bleed? Wasn't that what Revenge did? No, Revenge dragged you away. That's what it did. Yeah, that Revenge one, yeah, that was rough. Yeah, only grabbed. Yeah, none of these things actually did bleed. Alright. But yeah, unfortunately we missed our... we got the event for the Masamune, but we were nowhere near high enough level to actually grab it. But, oh, also, I guess while we're doing this, we do need to take care of Hunt XP, so let's go ahead and do that now. We have 2 characters who have just hit the first age event, so I'm going to take care of that now. I don't remember if it's been changed, so I'm just checking the book right now while I still can. Age. I think it's the same. So, story event. As always, you have to trigger them when they happen. So we got the image here. Spooky, spooky. And then we got the age. Gain benefits for the Hunt XP milestone you have reached. The survivor may only gain each milestone benefit once a lifetime. Of course, there's always exceptions. So at the first pip, you get access to weapon proficiencies. You may now select a weapon type for weapon proficiency. If you wound a monster with the selected weapon type, you are now eligible to gain proficiency level during the aftermath. The aftermath being where we get experience. The available weapon types are axe, bow, club, dagger, fist and tooth, grand weapon, guitar, shield, spear, sword, and whip. So for example, I can do axe for Komachi if I wanted to. I won't get any proficiency this fight, but it'll be from here on if I go with that. Anyway, so this is what both Komachi and Unzon are getting. I'm going to roll 2d10. I'll roll for Komachi first. 18. That gives +1 permanent accuracy. So she now has +1 strength and +1 accuracy. Very nice. And then for Unzon, he gets 10, which is a random fighting art. So I do have the random fighting art deck here. I'll shuffle, draw. He gets tough when rolling on the severe injury table unless you roll a natural 1, add +1 to the result. This does not include brain trauma. The result total cannot exceed 10. So he gets tough, which is a really good one. Because it makes him less likely to die. And he definitely needs that. And that takes care of that. Now, I don't have to pick proficiency yet. I pick it on departing. So that is that. And I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. I am The Depressed Eeyore. This was Kingdom Death Monster with the Sunflower Field. We finished our first official hunt. See you guys next time.